All right. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Yeah, it's been some time since we have been live, but here we are. Everybody on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow button, like the stream if you can. Over on YouTube, this will be up a day later, so if you could, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like the stream. But yeah, today we're gonna be doing some creative planning in our Mythical Expanse world. So welcome in. I know it's been a while, guys. I know. And as my dog walks in. But hey, we're here. We're still making progress on the world and stuff, so everything is good. So welcome. I hope everybody's summer is kicking off well, and yeah, we're gonna be playing some Minecraft today. So welcome everybody. Let me drop the screen over here so you guys can kind of see. Yeah, we just got done building up these silos, and I think they came out really nicely. I got a little bit. I think we could do a little bit here and there. But hold on, let me fix this real quick, guys. I want this to be a little bit larger, I think. Yeah, I think that's better. So yeah, I think these came out pretty good. I think there's a little bit of more detail. I would like to have some more of like this component, a little bit more like mechanical component to these, but I think they came out really cool, and I like the detail, like the staining of the silos throughout. I think they look really nice. I added a little bit of glow lichen into the diorite down here just to give it a nice little pop at night. You can see it kind of matched that whole component here on the other silo, and I'm actually gonna leave the copper bit off the bottom here because I think it just I don't know. I think it would be too much if we copied this over to here. It'd just be too much. So I think this kind of like makes this one stand out a little bit more. But ultimately, I think these came out really nice. So today we're going to continue on with a bit of like creative planning for the future. I think these will come into play in our next episode. So I don't mind showing you guys this right away. I think it came out really cool. And I think we could do something pretty fun with these where they could be a little bit more operational. So right now, obviously, they are just a dark mess. But I think if we use F4 camera here and we go down, you can actually see we have our skeleton farm down here. And I think I want to either pipe the skeletons themselves or just the bone meal up to this as like a storage. I think that would be the best idea. Like we still use the skeleton farm down there, but we'll just send the bone meal. We'll filter out the bone meal and the bows and the arrows and everything. We'll filter those out, and we'll send the bone meal back up top here, so we don't have to like keep, we can kind of create a surplus, and then we could actually also set up a chute, like a drop chute, so that we can just come in here, jump down to our skeleton spawner. We don't have to go through our mine and kind of deal with that whole thing. So this one here, I think what I'm gonna do with this one is just set up a large bone meal composter for any like seeds and stuff like that. I think that would be cool in this one, just to kind of create some use for it. And yeah, I think that it'll match kind of the vibe, just creating a ton of bone meal throughout. So I think these came out really cool, and I'm really happy with them. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I really do appreciate that. But okay, so for today, we're just gonna be messing around, kind of doing some planning in this area. As you can see, I have done a ton of terraforming. I wish I had an image of the before and after. I'll probably put that in the next episode, a little bit of a before and after clip, because this is a ton of terraforming here. Looks like I'm coming through a little bit loud in the stream here too, guys, so I do apologize for that. But I'm a little excited. Like I said, we haven't been live. We haven't done any of this kind of stuff in a while, so yeah, I'm a little excited. Speaking a little loud. But yeah, again, guys, a ton of terraforming. This whole area was like pot marked. Best way I can explain it is like just like, actually, we could show you a good example of kind of how the world kind of generated some of the terrain in this area. So this is really kind of similar to how this area looked. And actually, if we take a step back here, look how smooth that is. Dang. All right. But yeah, this whole area is basically how it looked. So before I touched it, this is how it looked. with like all these kind of like hills and everything, a bunch of stone showing, a bunch of just kind of mismatchy, you know, angles and everything. So I just smoothed everything out. Had to gather a ton of dirt and bring that in, but everything's looking so nice. And I love the village. The whole village area is looking so nice with the roads and the farms and the trees and everything. Definitely a ton of work to be done. Definitely a ton of work to be done, but it's looking really nice. And I actually want to extend maybe this road here, maybe this road somewhere, and bring that out into this direction at some point, make another village out there, and then probably extend all of it out into this direction too. I mean, we're gonna be filling up this whole area. We're gonna be filling it up, but I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit here, but I just love it. I think it's all coming together really nicely, so I'm really excited for all of this. Excuse me. But okay, so what I'm thinking today is we're just gonna grab some concrete. We're gonna lay things out in a kind of a plan of attack, essentially. So I'm actually going to, I think I drew up some, yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at a couple of fields, a couple of roads, and some trees. Okay, so let's start there. I'm gonna grab some concrete. I like to do yellow for our farms. I like to do orange for our roads, green for our trees. So we'll just start there. Because like I said, I'm looking at a couple of extra farms just to kind of continue to expand. And I actually want to drop another one in over here. So we're just gonna mark out kind of where we want another farm to go. Just kind of create some shape here, and maybe if we get this done, we can start looking at some additional buildings. We can start doing a little bit more detailing and stuff like that. But I just want to kind of lay out some markers for where you can see. Oh, actually, this is all brand new right here. We added a little dock here for our guy. We got a little ladder over here. In here, we have some snowballs to kind of get him down here, and we also have a fishing rod so that we can kind of grab him and bring him down to us. So this is all brand new. I forgot about that. Kind of cleaned up how the road transitions into our house and then off into this direction. So I kind of want to bring this road off into this direction, like so. And I kind of want to curve it a little bit back towards this direction. Kind of jumping around a little bit here to get started, just to kind of get the feel for that creative, you know, mindset, essentially. We got these new, like, organic soda pops. Culture Pop. They're not very good. They're not, but they're healthy. I actually don't drink soda, so getting that like carbonated feeling is nice. But these aren't very good. The flavors, I don't know. I think it's just because the fruit or whatever, but it just kind of, it tastes kind of stale, I guess. It's kind of the best way to describe it. It tastes like the fruit went bad in them, which isn't really what you want when you're drinking good. But that's okay. It's okay. It's healthy. It's supposed to help with like your gut and stuff. Okay, how's that looking? We'll bring it out a little bit further, actually. So yeah, again, I'm just laying out kind of where I want some things. And then we'll come through and start detailing these things up. And I mean, these are just gonna match, right? It's just gonna, I don't think we'll do a wheat field here. We'll probably do, I don't know, we have 2 wheat fields, 2 carrot fields. Maybe we bring in some beets. Maybe we bring in some beets. Maybe we bring in some potatoes. We don't have any potatoes. Actually, I wouldn't mind bringing in some potato fields here, just because that yellow kind of matches a little bit. I think that would be a pretty good idea, actually. Instead of the beets are red, which could match the carrot farms pretty well, but I'm actually thinking about keeping this one a little bit more shallow. This one comes up a little high, so I think I might keep this one a little bit more shallow along this ridge. I think that'd be good. I think that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, and then I think what I want to do is add a tree line right here. Because we have that tree line that kind of surrounds that wheat field. I kind of want to bring another tree line in that surrounds this field. So we get these nice dual fields here. Separated by these trees. And we'll just pillar up here, adding a few. Obviously, once we get into detailing phase, we'll fill out these trees, and where like the positions are, we'll probably move. But I just want to kind of create that illusion of separation here with the concrete. Because that's a nice tree line. I really like that tree line. Those brick trees are so fun to make. Excuse me. These ones here, I really like these ones. Nice and airy. I like that red tone in them. Like I said during the episode where we built them up, they kind of match these smaller ones, so I really like that. It's like these ones grew up, became these ones. I really like that idea. But okay. And we'll bring it up a little higher here, I think. Just to get that kind of around the field, you know? We brought it up pretty high over there too, so I don't mind bringing it up a little bit further too here. I am looking at this and being like, man, that's a ton of leaves, but I think it'll be okay. I think that'll be fine. They're a little high too. These are obviously much shorter than these pillars are, but that's okay. And I'm actually gonna grab some white wool here to kind of illustrate. We're gonna bring some stones in. You know? Yeah, that looks good. I'm actually gonna bring them up a little higher too, just because we have that road that it's like kind of high up on this hill, so I want these stones to kind of separate this hill basically, because I don't want to bring a ton of trees in here, but I want there to be something that like tells your eye to look off in this direction rather than this direction, I guess. That might not be the right idea either, to be honest, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Or at least give your eyes something to look at on this hillside. So we'll just bring in some larger boulders. We have a ton, like we have these ones here, some over there. So I don't mind doing that. Just add some continuity. And then I think I want to extend this road. Oh man, those fireflies look nice. Kinda along this line. Get rid of this puke of flowers. Maybe we bring it up a little. No, I think this is good. I think this is good. Hiya, Thomas. What's up? Welcome. Just working on some creative planning here in our Let's Play series. And we are kind of just marking things out right now with some concrete. So you can see we've added a little field here, some more trees. We have another road starting up there, and then we're kind of extending this road in this direction. As you can see, we have these large area, so what do I want to do here? I think, hey, I have a custom artist. I appreciate the offer. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay. Actually gonna. I do not believe I'm using someone else's alert. I think that's my own. I could be wrong, but. Unless Twitch changed my alerts, it should be my own. Yeah. Not entirely sure at the moment. What's up, Creeper? Okay, so what I want to do here, I want to finish up this road, bringing this road in towards our grain silos. I think I'm gonna have to fix this road already though. No, that curve's pretty nice. Maybe bringing it a little bit more this way. That's too much. That's too much. Yeah, that's too much. That's better. I like that curve. Nice little bend. Yeah. Okay. I actually kind of want this road here to wrap around these silos too. That way you can kind of move around them freely. Get rid of all the grass that kind of surrounds it. Bring in the coarse dirt. Which might look a little silly because the coarse dirt in the mud around here. But I think it'll be alright. Especially if we bring in rooted dirt and stuff throughout this portion of it. I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay. Something like that. Obviously, it'll change up down here due to just the nature of it, making it feel a little bit more organic and such. But I think that's okay. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. But okay, there's one thing that I want to bring into this next episode that I'm not entirely sure what to or how to do. So I need a nether portal right now. And I'll show you why. Because we have this nether portal way off in this direction that we've been using. And we almost have it. There it is. So that's our nether portal right now. And yeah, that's just not cutting it. That's just not gonna cut it. We need a nether portal that's like looks nice and it's fun to use. But I've been stumped. I've been thinking about it for a handful of days now, and I'm stumped. I don't know what to do in terms of like a creative, organic looking nether portal. Excuse me. This soda pop is hitting my throat, and it's interesting. It's interesting. Yeah, because I'm looking at this is like a really nice natural and organic area. Obviously, we have some nice larger buildings that we definitely need to do, some extra work on and stuff. But I'm still seeing a lot of organic ideas. And I just have no idea how to tie in a nether portal with this. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do for another portal. So if you guys have any ideas for another portal, please drop those in the comments below. Because I don't want to do a cave one. I don't want to do a cave. I see a lot of caves. I see a lot of like the sword where like, the top part of the sword is in the overworld. The bottom part of the sword is in the nether. Don't want to do that. Do not want to do that. This is a fantasy world for sure, but I don't know. I've seen that a lot. Definitely, I don't think it matches the aesthetic of this world. I'm actually gonna branch this off here. And head down to this kind of pier area here. Not pier, but down to the river. We have like this nice little point here. And then I think I'm gonna actually drop in a couple of extra fields here too. So we could definitely do a couple of beet fields or something down here. Because I do want to use the beets. They don't really serve a ton of purpose in the game. I don't think you can breed villagers with them. I don't think you can eat them. I could be wrong. You might be able to eat them. I'm trying to kind of stay away from this tree line a little. I should have done the field before I did that tree line, but that's okay. Like I said, we're just laying things out, getting a rough idea of where we want things to go. We're not tied to anything right now. I do want to go a little bit smaller with these ones. I might bring this in a little bit more like so. See how that looks. Yeah, that's good. Nice little shape. Still pretty big, to be honest. Let me fix up that corner a little. Like so. Nice. So let's put another one up top here. And I think this will look unique due to the fact that we don't have any of like these really connected fields right now. Like everything's kind of separated. If you take a look, like we have our wheat field here. It's separated by this tree line and then this the road. Then we have the carrot field that desperately needs some love, which is separated from this wheat field, from the road and the trees. And then there's a good gap here between these two. This is probably the most connected of the fields right now. But we do also have this nice large tree here, which I actually love this tree. I'm so happy with how this one came out. I love the jungle tree, the mangrove leaves. Excuse me. They just have that nice, like, vertical texture to them, which made like these hanging pieces look really nice. I wish we had, what do we have? We have hanging moss, right? I wish the hanging moss, we had a green texture for this, because that white doesn't go with the green. Actually, it doesn't look that bad. Because of the stem of the tree, I might have to come back through and add some of these. Doesn't look terrible. Yeah, you start adding more, it doesn't look that good. Just doesn't match the green. So I wish we had a green texture for them. We have regular vines, but as we all know, these sit on the outside of the block, and so they just don't look that good. Apparently I can't. Yeah, don't look that good. So that's okay. That's like old school willow style tree right there. Let's get back to placing these field blocks here. And I actually like that. It's a little like elongated here, but it fits on that field, like that hill really nicely. So I don't mind that. And it's nice and small, which is really cute, I think. Let's bring in another stone up here. It's a really large one. Doesn't look that good. That's fine. Oh man, and that's the other thing with this, is that this whole thing is hollow. I gotta do some torching over there. But it's like all this stuff that I did. Oh my god. I was getting attacked so much covering this stuff up. I'm so happy I'm in creative right now, because it was quite the ordeal dealing with all of that. But I'm really happy with how it came out. It only took me like 2 days to do all this terraforming, and I'm really happy with how it all came out. I do feel like, well, it's only because, I think it's only because the orange here. I think once we get an actual road and stuff in here, I think this surrounding area will look a lot better. And I don't know if I want to put any trees around it, because eventually I want to redo this whole village, because we have our beachside village down there. So I want to extend that into here, make this into like a nice fishing village. And then I have a road that kind of extends out of it towards our area, our current area. And I just like this idea of like this nice large view of those silos as you're kind of wandering down this road. Now obviously you get the apartments there, or like townhouse view. Eventually we'll have some nice like large buildings here too. So I like that idea. And then I want to do a bridge across right here, I think. I think this is a good spot to do a bridge across. So you're like nice and close to those too. So yeah, I don't think we want to do trees near the silos necessarily. I wouldn't mind bringing some in down like here along the waterfront area, but keeping them a little bit away from the silos themselves. You just don't want to distract your eye from those, because those look really cool. I'm gonna drop a few trees in here, but I don't think I want to do it as dense as like those tree lines. Just a couple of trees. Just a couple of trees. How's that look? Because it's not distracting your eyes at all. We could probably bring those a little bit more like clustered, a little bit more close to each other. Oh, I love that. That's actually gonna be really cool. Okay. And then I want to do, let's grab some blue concrete here and lay that out over here. I'm not entirely sure what I want this building to be. I was thinking like a lighthouse, but obviously a lighthouse doesn't, like there's no ocean. There's a nice river here, so a lighthouse doesn't make sense, but I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. But I think it has to be round. I think it has to be round. So we'll do it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do the same size, I guess, as that, but we'll taper it towards the top, kind of like a lighthouse. I actually don't know if it's gonna fit very well. I think it'll be all right. Like I said, we're doing it all in creative right now. We're just planning things out, so we're not married to this idea. 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay. Actually, it doesn't fit terribly bad there. We might have to bring it a little bit closer to like the edge. I like that design. Let's see if we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then I think that's where we taper it in. Know what I mean? Build this up a little bit just to kind of get a good idea of the size of this thing. I feel like my block sounds are really quiet. Maybe it's just because the music's really loud. Where's my blocks? Blocks. 50? Bring it up. 65. There we go. That's a little better. I just think with the expansion here of like the village, we're kind of getting outside of the village a little bit, but we're expanding it outward. And then this area is kind of a little more like airy, a little bit more airy, a little bit more like space between everything. And I think that's like, we get these nice large fields. We'll have more trees, obviously, and like these roads extending out, but we like the closest house is right there. I don't want to put any houses near here. I'm thinking because this area is pretty empty right now. Not entirely sure. I don't think I want to put more fields in right there, because if we put another field here, we have to put another field like on the other side of the road too for these silos. And maybe that makes sense because we're bringing the fields in near the silos. I don't know how much you want to like wagon, you know, wheat from there to here. But we'll deal with that later, I think. Because I'm thinking having it like a little bit more lush around the silos, like really bone mealing the area, and kind of like growing all that grass. We'll probably do a lot of like hand placement of grass and stuff in this area around the silos. I think that'll look really nice. But we also got to set up a grass farm in order to do that. I'm not entirely sure how many farms, like mechanical redstone farms, I want to do in this area because, well, I don't know. My computer's pretty old. It's not that old. It's like 5 years old, but it's pretty old in computer time, I guess. And the more redstone that we have in the area, the more like my computer's gonna slow down. But I don't know, because we don't have like, I think these two farms are the only two that are constantly working. Our skeleton farm obviously isn't constantly working. And these are just mine carts and a couple of pistons, so these don't create a ton of lag. Actually, I can feel it stuttering a little bit as I get closer because my computer is not very strong. But these are okay. We can do something a little bit different with these too. These are pretty basic farms, honestly. So we could go a little bit less basic with them. That might help. And then this guy over here, we could definitely do something different. Because this is, I mean, pretty good actually. But those are really basic farms. I'm thinking like collection system wise, we could do something a less lag inducing. I think those minecarts going back and forth might create some lag. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think somebody said that trapdoors create lag and stuff too. So we use a ton of trapdoors. I think paintings create lag. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. I'll put one up there for the roof line. I don't know. Again, in my mind, this was like a lighthouse. A lighthouse does not make sense here. So maybe like just like an out and like overlook. Maybe we do something like, I don't know. We could do like a cartographer house or something maybe. The only reason why I'm thinking like a lighthouse in that kind of style is because of this angle. So if we do like a regular house, it either has to be on a 45 or I don't know that fits the angle that well. But we could definitely still do a roundhouse and not do the second floor almost. I'm trying to think. Because right now this is the same size as that, same shape. Right? And I was thinking that taper look would look really nice. But now I'm thinking like almost wizard style, like a wizard tower with like a cartographer. A cartographer would be really cool. We don't have one, so that would actually kind of be cool. And I don't necessarily want to put them in our library or our bookstore. Even though the third floor of the bookstore is where we have our map currently, our world map. But we can move that out to here. I'm just trying to think. Sorry. What would be kind of fun? What would be neat? I think like yeah, like a cartographer would be really neat. I don't know. I'll have to mess with that a little bit. Yeah, because I was thinking like I said, like that lighthouse style, but I didn't want it to be a lighthouse. But I don't know why a cartographer would be way out here either. I was almost gonna wait until we get into the city area to bring the cartographer in. Do we want to do it that way? Or do we want to like tie it right here? Just creates a little bit of separation between the farm and the road a little bit. I kind of like that. I don't necessarily foresee this road going this direction. We could do it that way. I actually don't mind that. Then we could put a nice little arch tree over here too. Almost like our willow tree. Oh, excuse me. And a bunch of rocks underneath. Nah. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Let's get rid of those. I don't know. I'm just messing around. Something like that with just like some nice rocks and stuff kind of to fill that space. I think it'll be look really nice. I love this. This is looking really cool already. Without any detail or everything, like it looks so cool. Yeah. You can kind of see the image, right? Like you can see the vision. I think that's really neat. All right, but what I want to do over here, as I was saying, kind of like this road here, right? As you're going this direction down the road, there's a lot of space here. So, and like on this side too, if we can make it a little bit further down the road. There's a lot of space here, and then you have this large drop-off cliff, which is a little bit alarming. I actually want to bring a couple trees in down behind this. Just some smaller, thinner trees here, just to kind of give a nice little backdrop to this area. And as you're coming over here, you got nice little tree tops. But I want to fill this area so it's not so flat looking and doesn't look like as dangerous almost. Because right now, like I said, that drop off right there is like, you could easily just like wander off it, like but what I'm thinking, because I do want to create some nice open areas. Right now we have a lot of trees that are kind of cutting off these open areas, and we're kind of filling the open areas with wheat fields, or not wheat fields, just fields in general. And I don't mind that. I want to bring trees in, because you don't want it just flat areas. But I do want to have some open, like I like this right now. If we're coming up this road, get these nice open areas where there's fields, but then you also get these nice large view. Maybe there has to be some stuff in this direction, maybe like some hot air balloons or something. I don't know. Something to fill up the sky a little bit. But you even get the nice treetops of those birch trees over there, which is really nice. And as you kind of come up, like I said, this area right here is really bland and really open. We could bring bone meal in and just grass it all up, kind of like we did in this area. Just like nice flowers and grass and stuff throughout, which is definitely an option. That's not a bad option at all. But I'm just trying to think of something unique to do. And right now what I'm thinking is these guys. Doing something like this. This would be like the first time I've done this, so I don't know how this is gonna look. But I like this idea. Just doing a little solar farm. But definitely need to do some work on it because it doesn't look that good. On top of fence posts, doesn't look that good. Looks neat though. Looks neat. Obviously they're not giving an output to anything right now. So I wonder if I can almost run a can you run a redstone line from solar panels? I wonder what would like. I have no idea. Like a redstone lamp or something? But it's not giving a pulse, right? I have no idea how to even. I'm terrible at redstone. So it is on, but it doesn't give a pulse. I wonder how we would do that. No. Okay. Yeah, I'm curious. Actually be like kind of cool to wire this up to something. I don't know what. Something. And then I'm just kind of staggering in these a little bit. Honestly, if we just like wire these up to some like lights in the city, so like at nighttime, they turn on. Because I kind of like the nighttime like signals a little bit better. A little bit better. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Just messing around a little bit. What if we do 3 wide and then do a little bit of separation? Maybe 2 block separation. Probably save us some materials. Actually, I don't know. Oops. We go 3 by 3. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I think it's cool. And then we'll do 2 between those. Perfect. Actually, I think this might look worse. I think it's okay. I think it just needs like an abundance of it to look good. I wish you could kind of create that angle that, you know, like they sit at. Maybe we kind of can if we go. Then you're creating this kind of like weird tiered system. It might look a little funny. Yeah, I mean, that looks terrible. It looks like bleachers. But just messing around. I think this is a cool idea. We'll definitely need to bring some more like attention to it. And just mess around a little bit more with it. We're not there. We're not gonna do this in the next episode or anything. So I think it fits the idea of like filling out this area, kind of creating this naturalistic environment, right? You know, you're harnessing the sun's power. Nothing more natural than the sun. So I think it's kind of cool. I might have to bend this back a little bit. I know we kind of fixed that, but I like them. I think that's kind of cool. Honestly, it would be really cool on this guy over here. Hey, get over here. Yeah, I named him McFly after Marty McFly. Don't judge me. Yeah, I think that's cool, man. If we bring those in, like a nice large area. And if I'm being honest, I hate solar farms in real life. I think solar should just be used for household use. I think industrial sized solar is kind of ugly. I might get in trouble for saying that, but just do household. Household solar is good. But I think it's kind of cool. So we'll mess around with that a little bit more. I think that's neat. How are we liking this whole area? I'm gonna go knock this top part off. I like the idea of kind of just like what is it, yurt? Like a round house. I think yurts are a little bit different than that, but kind of like the idea of doing like a little bit of like a round. We have grandma's house up in the village. That one right there, I call that grandma's house. So maybe we kind of do a little bit of like a match to that. We have these competing grandmas. I think that'd be fun. This house is a little tall. I did 11 tall on this one. I think 12 with the roof line. So we might have to shrink it down a little bit. But we can do 2 stories. Maybe we actually make it a little bit bigger. If we do a 7 and 7, that's 14. So we need 15 blocks. So actually do a little bit taller. I think that'd be kind of nice, actually. And then just, yeah, kind of do like a grandma style house. Just like a lot of life and like growth to it. Right there. That'd be kind of fun. Because the road's going to go from there to here. Right? So if you're up in the village, you're seeing that. You've got some trees. You got the silos. And apparently it doesn't render in the village very well from here. But that's okay. And then, yeah, if we're leaving the village down, we'll head this direction. We kind of want to hug this, hug this river line. I think that's gonna be kind of nice. I don't know. We'll mess around with that. We got some things to work out for sure. But I think it's looking cool. And then, yeah, like I said, I don't know what I want to do in this large area here. We could do more fields. I just don't know that I want to. At a certain point, I kind of want to break away from all the farms, right? And we have all this space over here and over here where we can do more farms as well. Oh man, it looks so cool though. It's actually really exciting. So I don't think any more farms right here would be the best idea. Maybe we just drop one in and see how it looks. Up in this kind of corner. So if we do like the top of it, like up here. We're in a little bit less about shape right at the moment, just because I kind of want to see how it fits in this area. Ugh, that's a terrible shape. Yeah, again, not really, unless we like do 2 more. If we did another one down here and then another one down here, but then you're gonna have to do a field over in this direction. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to do that. I think if we did like a wild field instead of like a cultivated field, it might look all right. If we did another like wheat field, but kind of like did I don't know, made it look a little more patchy and stuff with like the grass really grown into it, I think that'd be okay. But all right, I want to also break from here off into, because we're gonna do the city behind this hill here. We're gonna have a nice large gatehouse here. And then you can kind of see this flatter area inside this like little bowl. That's where I want our city to be. So there needs to be a road. This is a terrible idea, but we need a road that kind of comes out of the city, right? We actually might want to hug that a little bit closer. Not entirely sure. Hold on. Before we do that, like I said, so that road comes down out of here. We need a bridge across here. And I think this right here is the best spot for a bridge. Near the silos, you can see the village, and then you'll see the city as well. So I think if we kind of pillar up a little bit, I think a bridge right here would be awesome. Right near the silos, you're coming into town, like, and you get those big industrial, farm silos. I think that's cool. So we're gonna do a bridge right there, which means we need a road coming out of that bridge. So let's drive this bridge, or this road, right up in this direction. We're gonna need to do more terraforming, which is insane. We've got the farm area like fully terraformed, but then you look off to the right here and it's like, oh man. That's okay though, that's okay. We'll kinda, just for the sake of this right now. Okay. So I want to bring this road down if we hit this here and we bring this road out in this direction, because you don't need to necessarily pass by the silos if you're not even headed to the silos, if you're headed towards the city. So that churn off point doesn't need to be connected to this, you know what I mean? It just needs to be on that smoother spot where you're turning down towards the city. I think that's cool. Man, I love bringing in all of these lines and stuff, because you can kind of just feel it. Like the energy around all of it is so cool. Maybe we just go fully natural in this area and just do rocks. I think that might be the best option. You know? Like I said, I want to do like a lot of natural grass and stuff in this area. So I think once that's all done, it might look a little bit better. We get these trees built in. We could do, you know, like a picnic area maybe or something. We could bring in like some like green concrete powder and stuff. This is something I've done previously, where you bring in like green concrete powder and you bring in moss and you create like a little like path, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Maybe we just stick to moss. But you can do like these natural paths instead of like coarse dirt paths and stuff. So you get these natural paths that you can kind of see like if you're flying over and stuff. And obviously you'd have like, oh, whoops. You know, the grass would be knocked down around it, or you know, on the path there, but not around it. So you get these like nice natural paths where you're like, oh, okay, I could walk down that. I could walk down there. It looks like somebody's already walked through there. That's like, it's all knocked down. It's just not, they didn't bring dirt and stone and stuff in. I kind of like that idea. You could bring that down in here. Maybe do like a little fishing dock or something down towards the river. Be kind of neat. But I love seeing the vision. Having the vision like printed here feels so good. Feels so good. Just gives you that like inspiration to work on it. It's like, oh man, there's a plan. Now let's go execute. It's kind of nice. But I do want us to take a step over here real quick. And before we continue on, everybody, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to follow. Really do appreciate that. On the YouTube side, guys, this will be up a day later. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video. It really does help me out because I'm still trying. Still trying, guys. We're trying to build this series. We're trying to build this channel. So any support you guys can give, I really do appreciate it. But back to the work at hand. I'm going to get rid of this stuff out of my hand a little bit. I think that's really all I need is the green, the yellow, and the orange. Really just need orange. Actually, I need, sorry. I need purple right now. A little bit of purple. Because we're going to do something a little bit different here. We have this area. We're actually going to do a little bit more with these stones and stuff. You can see I've actually, if you guys follow along with the series and stuff, I did a little bit of work down in here. Kind of drew this back a little bit and kind of bring the coarse dirt in a little bit more. And kind of... yeah, just kind of fixed it up. It was looking a little ugly, so I fixed it up a little bit. I want to bring another little boulder in probably, I don't know, because we have this little bridge over here too. So we're going to do a little bit more work with the paths. All of this path, I want to fully redo at some point. We're not there yet in our, oh my God, that looks so cool. Sorry, they're still new to me, so. I want to do entirely different with this entire area. And yeah, like these areas are really bland. So we still need to figure out what I want to, like what we need to do in these areas where it's really bland. I want to build this up a little bit more. But I want to tear this all out and do packed mud, because packed mud just looks so much better than all the coarse dirt. And we have way too much coarse dirt, like all the way on these outside roads and everything. So I think like a nice transition from that coarse dirt into the packed mud as you kind of like get into this like civilization part, like the city area. Obviously this is the backside of the city, so you know it's a little bit different, but I think if we do packed mud and like really clean up these roads with that, and then just keep the coarse dirt for like the farming area. And I'm looking at these fields right now. This field might be a little too small. I might bring that up in here a little bit more. It looks pretty cool. Look how much that white pops. That's hilarious. Love that copper ring around that roof too. Hold on, guys. This looks really cool. Almost feel like we could fit a third field right there. I know I said I wanted to keep it a little blank. I might still, maybe we create a little bit more space between these. Bring this field up a little higher. Create that space between them. I think that might be the best idea. I think that might be the best idea. Then we could do like a little shack or something too. Like a little field house, you know, respite area. But okay, yeah, like I was saying, I want to bring some more of these stones in and stuff just to kind of like tie this in. Obviously they need texturing, and like the ground and stuff needs a lot of texturing. Want to bring in packed mud for the roads rather than the coarse dirt. So this would actually transition out of like the coarse dirt and stuff into the packed mud. And I actually want to, first of all, I want to shut this down. Okay. I know what you guys are thinking. It's Minecraft. You need a mine shaft. I get it. Get it. But it's a cool idea. Like I really like the natural, that's all natural right there. All natural generation for this. And then we just put some stairs down and stuff to kind of like guide ourselves down in here. But I want to take it. I want to get rid of it. I want to get rid of it. And I'll tell you why. Okay. I'll tell you why. Because if you look at this village, this is not a mining village, guys. This is a farming village, right? Hold on. I got to pull up the screen. So make sure I'm talking to you guys. This is not a farming, this is not a mining village. It's a farming village. And obviously, like I said, it's Minecraft. You need a mine shaft, but we'll create a mining civilization later on. Okay. That kind of tells the story of how, you know, shipping routes between towns, like, you know, we're producing crops, you're producing ores and, you know, stone and things like that. So we can kind of, you know, have that trade between us. That's all great. I love that. But I want to shut down this mine because this is not a mining village. It's a farming village. So what I want to do actually though is kind of keep this alive a little bit. Okay. So stick with me here. I want to take this road, oops, and bring it up this spot. Okay. Got this little hill here. And actually you can probably bring it in a little bit more like so. Okay. Cleans that up a little bit. Cleans that little curve up a little bit. Actually, you could probably do it a little bit more. Probably somewhere in this range. Yeah. That's a nice curve. I like that. Okay. You guys with me? So from our storage area, we can kind of go boom, 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 up, right? Okay, but what do we do with this? All right, what I want to do is kind of keep this opening, but close it off in the back and flatten this out a little bit more. Probably like right here. Okay. And I think this is where things get really fun. Yeah, actually, now that I'm like in it, this is where things get really fun for me. Maybe I'm dropping the ball or like, yeah, letting you guys in on too much right at the moment, but this is where things get really fun. It's gonna we're gonna have to do a lot of terraforming and stuff. In this area, I'm actually looking at it to kind of see how I want to do that. I think we just push this line back a little bit. This is going to get flattened out. So we're going to be 3 blocks shorter right here. I'm going to bring this hill down, like boom, 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 boom. And like round that off right there. So we can kind of like, still want it a little bit like curvy. Something like that. Gonna be 3 blocks shorter, at least. Gonna have the road over there, so we can actually kind of bring this in. Right? It's a little too wide right there, but because I'm looking at this is pretty low. It's pretty low, but we're only like 3-4 blocks wide, like thick right here. I kind of want to keep the thickness on the top, but I need space here. I'm glad I haven't said what the idea is yet, because I don't know if it's gonna work. Just looking at it, I don't know if it's gonna work. That's why it's an idea. We haven't executed on it. We're gonna have to bring this back a lot. Probably like, or whatever, like that. Okay. If we bring that top line into there, that opens up that a lot. And I don't mind keeping that like rock, like that sheer face right there, because that's kind of the backside of it. We're entering from like over here. Oh, excuse me. Oh, but you know what we could do? Since the road is going off that direction, what if we, instead of, well, no, okay. Never mind. I was thinking about building it up, but I think because of the opening, like I said, I don't want to create too much of an issue there. Because that's too low. That's too low. We need it at least here. At least. Okay. I'm just gonna drive this all the way back because I do kind of want to keep it open there. Okay. That might be all right, actually. My only concern is this hill. So we'll need to do a lot of terraforming to kind of like shove this hill back and give ourselves like this flat runway here. Because what I'd love to do is a trolley. Like European style trolley. I think it would be sick. Yeah. Or like, yeah, a trolley. A trolley would be cool, man. If we bring in like these as the track, this is only 3 wide, so we'll probably do like 5 wide. We'll just do that right now because here, 4. 4 might be all right, actually. I know it's an even number and people hate even numbers, but maybe we like hide these under the, yeah, I mean, that's surface level, so we'd have to go like down here with it, but it's okay. But I think that'd be so freaking fun. Do a little trolley that goes into here, right? Kind of uses this space. So I'm thinking like having it, I kind of want 2. I kind of want 2 trolleys total in this area. I want one here just sitting right here, using this space, kind of hiding the fact that there used to be a mine in the town, right? And it kind of gives you this like fun little, I don't know, what would you call it? Like, it's just this fun little like transportation method from this area. Because I'm just thinking like myself, grandma, right? The other villagers, if I'm leaving for the day, boom, 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 right? Venture around. Maybe we use the back way, right? We're using this road down here, kind of curving off. Maybe we just use the ladder here, right? We got to get to the city. It's first thing in the morning, right? We're headed to the city for the day. Saying goodbye to all the villagers. It's the weekend, so we don't have to go work, right? And we catch the trolley here in the morning, and we extend the trolley. We'll extend the trolley. Give it a little bit of a curve in the track, right? We'll give it a little bit of a curve in the track. That's fine. We go through the gatehouse, or maybe like off to the side of the gatehouse. Like it has kind of its own little, like doorway. Doorway is not the right word, but passageway. I think that would be so fun. Into the town, into the city, and then maybe we have like another one, another line on the backside of the city or something. I think that'd be so fun. Just like a cool little design for a little trolley, and we're using it like out in the village to get into the city. Ah, man, I think that'd be so fun. And if we could see it during the day here. I think it's going to take a lot of work to kind of like get this area to allow it. Because as you can see, like that hill right there is going to mess with us. But honestly, we could kind of create the trolley. If we bring, I don't know. Let's just grab some copper right now, just because I love the copper color. If we're saying this is the front of the trolley, I don't really know what trolleys look like. I don't know what they look like. I'm just thinking like the subway in Massachusetts. That's kind of all I'm thinking about. This is too short, obviously. I mean, I gotta design it. I haven't designed anything. It's just a thought. Right? Yeah. Oh, oh my God. Guys, do you see it? Do you see it? Like you come around the corner, you get a little glimpse. Oh my God. Right? You have this hill. You can go up to the townhouses. Got the trolley off to the side. We'll obviously do like a little station platform. Right? To get up into the trolley. Actually, I wouldn't mind that. Actually, because that helps us build it up, right? If we do like a station platform. And that's perfect height. It's not too high here. You're scraping the roof a little bit, but we could do something there. We can do like a little something there. Because I think if it was a two-carter, like this is just one cart, right? Maybe we just do one. Maybe we just do one. I was thinking like another one here. We did. And then like connect it with chains or something. And this is too short. I mean, it's only 3 blocks high, I think, or whatever. See, this is why we do it, though, guys. This is why we mess around. This is why we mess around in creative and just have fun. because you're kind of seeing the thought processes, right? Seeing how this all works. So that's 3. You'd have to have like a door there, but you're on the track. So you'd have to put the track in the ground. Like I said originally, which is fine because that looks a little bit better. Because you could do like, just grabbing spruce right now. You could do like this design here. Makes it look like it's a little tighter in that spot. And we'll probably use like deep slate or something, or even tuft. Probably go copper with the track or the trolley itself. But I love it, dude. You can, and yeah, I think that second cart, because then if you're up here, and you can kind of see that little second cart back there. You can pull this forward a little bit, let some more passengers on. Maybe not. Maybe we just go one. Maybe we just go one. And we tuck it into the tunnel a little bit more. Or we just close off the tunnel more. And don't have to worry about the height of the tunnel itself. Because that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, the tunnel, like you pull all the way into the tunnel. But maybe we don't. Maybe we just keep the, like, we create those, I don't know, if you look at like trains, they have at the end of the lines, they have like these little buffer or bumper things. They kind of like have little bumpers or whatever. So maybe we just bring these forward a little bit more. We don't do the second cart, just do the one. I kind of like that idea. Then maybe on the one in the city, we do 2 carts because it has more passengers inside the city, where this one just kind of comes in and out of town. We have less villagers out here. Yeah, I kind of like that. That's kind of nice. What are we at for time here? A little over an hour. All right, we got a few more minutes, guys. Yeah, we got a few more minutes here. But honestly, I think this is a good spot to kind of rest, if you will, because I'm really happy. I know it's all just kind of lines and stuff, but you know, you get the idea, you get the vision, right? And that's what I'm really like looking at, is the vision, because this has all just been ideas in my head. And so it's like putting pencil to paper almost and just like getting it out. But I think that's like, yeah, and you can kind of see it there. Got to get rid of all these flowers though. God, those are gross. Get the bridge over here, get a road going all the way out to this village, having like boats and stuff in this harbor. Oh, it's gonna be sweet. Finish like, because I want to expand this too all the way around. Probably cut this back a little bit more or something, but that's a whole different thing, whole different project. And then yeah, you can kind of see the line, like the tracks, having those tracks all the way through out into this area. I mean, it's obviously going to cost a lot, and we're not there yet. We haven't even, you know, gotten netherite gear yet, because I don't know what I want to do for a portal. So again, if you guys have a good idea for a portal, please let me know, because I am stumped. Oh man, I want it to be natural. I just want it to look good. I don't want like this big gothic thing in this area, because I want this area to have it. I don't necessarily want it to like live right there on the orange lines that we painted or anything. You know, I don't mind going out there where our portal currently is, off my shoulder here, just outside of render distance. I don't mind going out, you know, outside of town to get to the portal. I just don't have like a good concept. So if you guys have any good concepts, please send them my way. Send them my way. But I think that's going to do it for me, guys. I think it's going to do it for me. I know it's been a little bit, like I said, it's been a little bit since we've gone live. And the content is a little slow. I do apologize. Summer snuck up on me, man. Summer snuck up on me. Football started 2 weeks early. And then, yeah, I just got some other things that, have started. So summer snuck up on me. I do apologize, but We got our last episode out there last week or the week before. I think it was just last week. So we're going to work on this. We got the silos here built up so that we can get those over into the survival world, obviously. Get that skelly farm going. We got a big plan here of action. So I think it's all good. So guys, don't give up on me. Don't give up on it. If you guys haven't already, make sure you like the stream. Don't forget to subscribe. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.